Introducing the glycolysis pathway, the breakdown of a glucose molecule by various enzymes, releasing energy in the form of adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, and ending in 2-pyruvate molecules. Glycolysis is the first step of cellular respiration. It takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell and occurs in 2 phases. The first phase is the energy requiring phase where ATP is used, and the second is the energy releasing phase where ATP is generated. Brought to you by your resident poets, Jess and Mallory. It starts with a glucose molecule. ATP transfers a phosphate group, making it glucose 6-phosphate. No way. Glucose 6-phosphate is converted to its isomer, fructose 6-phosphate. It's great. ATP transfers a phosphate group to fructose 6-phosphate, producing fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Who knew? Phosphofructokinase is the enzyme that catalyzes this step, which can be regulated to speed up or slow down the glycolysis pathway. Now, on to the next step. Fructose 1,6-bisphosphate splits to form 2 3-carbon sugars, dihydroxyacetone phosphate, DHAP for short, and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, or GAP. But only one of these can continue on to the next step, and that one would be glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, you see. DHAP is converted to its isomer GAP. So now we have 2 molecules of GAP. Oh snap. Now begins the energy releasing phase where ATP makes some gains. This phase happens twice, once for each GAP molecule. Nice. Next, NAD+ is reduced, NADH is produced, and GAP is oxidized, it is deduced. In so doing, energy is released, and so onto GAP, another phosphate is pieced. This forms 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. To ADP, a phosphate, it donates. As a result, ATP is made, as is 3-phosphoglycerate. This turns into 2-phosphoglycerate at a later date. From the latter, an H2O is lost, leaving phosphoenol pyruvate, or PEP, from which a phosphate group is tossed, leaving pyruvate. Finally, ATP is formed when ADP takes the phosphate. Here was the glycolysis pathway with a net gain of 2 ATPs and 2 pyruvate molecules produced from 1 glucose molecule.